Yeah, so we don't have the exact tank lineups from both these teams just yet, but I mean, just generally looking at the overview here.
Well, you got Insidious Gaming.
They have a T32 AMX50 there. From Insidious Gaming side, maybe something similar to last set.
Well, yes, indeed. Well, just for clarification's sake here, Insidious Gaming starting up north as the blue team, and while their opponents Anubis Empire as the yellow side to the south. And yeah, like you said, a pretty similar approach, though. Yeah, we do see a T69 when it comes to the Immortals here. So they traded their fourth IS-3 for T69 this time around.
Yeah, definitely.
Going with a wee bit more mobility, I think that would just help on a map like this, really. Just giving them a wee bit more options than that. And right now it's just, the Immortals seemingly going to the west road.
Yeah, Anubis are moving to this west road right now. I'm not sure if the
Insidious
Immortals
were
or not the Immortals.
Insidious, Insidious Gaming.
Anubis, yeah.
Insidious Gaming were actually just heading towards the west road as well.
Both teams, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we could see an earlier confrontation. There's only one tank to the Abbey, and that's on the Anubis Empire side. I believe it's a T69. Yeah, I believe it's Vigor Knight that stayed towards the Abbey area. Everybody else has been committed to the defense of the West Road, and you know what? Like, they're not really charging it this time around. They're being
they're
more
slowly
cautious.
pushing up, but I'm just not sure if they're actually going to fully commit to a push just yet, because first of all, they're outnumbered. I mean, if they run if they run into five tanks on the Insidious Gaming side, then they're just going to get completely demolished. But what they are doing is they're definitely slowly going to creep up here. I mean, I don't see them, back out of this unless they spot something suspicious, somewhere else or, along the map. But I mean, until then, I mean.
Besides, like Anubis Empire this time around, not being overly aggressive because they're in the lead, and I think they're feeling it right now. You know what? If you win just that last set, we actually get a title. We actually get this week's Masters title. So maybe a wee bit of nerves, I think.
Yeah, maybe some nerves.
Because they've never been here before, pretty much having a championship point, like you mentioned. So it might be coming into play. And you know what? To be honest with you as well, there's no clear way of charging in on Abbey. You can't just pull out like an Ansk here.
Yeah,
because it's too open. Like on either side. Well, pretty much both bases are way too out there in the open to just be rushing in like that. So,
and this map is bigger too.
Yeah, it's bigger, obviously.
Yeah,
it's bigger, and it's got so much cover, but yet open areas as well. So there's too many fronts to be at the same time for them to actually just really rush it.
Oh, but look at this, some repositioning coming out from Vigor Knight here. He's moving over to join his forces.
Well, so he kind of realized that they're all pretty much to the west road as well, because he didn't see a single soul as he was squatting the Abbey area. So he's like, I might as well join my teammates.
Yeah, so he's going to join his teammates, and they are going to go for a push. I mean, just seeing Vigor Knight join his forces, I mean, there's no other reason, to pull him over here unless you're going to go for a push. Yeah, so they are going to kind of they were throwing down some pings to the eastern road. Maybe they saw some maybe a tree fall down or something, maybe some suspicious movement out there. So they have kind of delayed their push just for the time being, just for a second, I think, until they kind of reposition. And there they go. They are going to progress to the northern edge.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'd just love to get eyes on target when it comes to Insidious Gaming, because we haven't seen them for a while.
I'm quite sure they're still in that same position.
Possibly. Maybe they have advanced to that forking area towards the north. You know how there's two places up north and then down south where basically the west road divides into 2 or 3. There's these two crucial intersections. So I'm assuming that Insidious Gaming might have progressed down south to cover that intersection precisely.
I mean, it's definitely a possibility, but just the fact that if Insidious Gaming lose this, they're
out.
Yeah, they're out. So they're playing this extremely passively right now. I think they just want to make absolutely zero mistakes and just wait for Anubis to push. Anubis has been extremely aggressive the first 3 sets. The chances are they're going to push in this 4th set as well.
I'm not sure they will, though. I mean, because they don't have to right now. They're not in a position where they actually absolutely have to win. So they might as well just wait, really. And I wouldn't blame them for it either. I mean, considering the way they played the 2 first sets. You know what? To be honest, that first set on White Park, when they really charged it in, I really think that had they chosen just 200 meters away from that spot, more towards the center of the map, they could actually have pulled this off too.
Yeah.
But right now, the map itself is not allowing them to go for such strategy, and besides, it'd be a little too predictable to actually do that as well.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, Insidious Gaming, they're completely ready for them. At least if they haven't moved. and that's not. And since Anubis also don't have vision, honestly, I want to see Anubis use those T1s. You know, you don't have to have both those T1s guarding the base. You know, maybe send one of those T1s up the western ridge.
West Road, yeah.
Just to see, you know, where the tanks are exactly, because they're gonna be there most likely. Before Vagrant Knight was in the Central Abbey area, and he spotted absolutely nobody in there. So you know, 90% Insidious is gonna be waiting up there towards the northern edge.
Possibly. I still really would like to see their tanks just for confirmation though, because we haven't seen them for a good like 5 minutes now. Yeah, we're already down to 4 minutes and 40 seconds here on the clock. So,
so the pace really slowing down here for this fourth set. I want to see. I mean, Anubis, they're great at pushing. You know, I can understand why they don't want to, because you know it is risky. But I mean, it's the same amount of risk they put in, you know, into the first 3 sets.
Yes, that is true. But on maps that were considerably smaller than this. I mean, not smaller, but that allowed a much more direct approach than Abbey does. But yeah,
Abbey, there are direct approaches, but I mean, right now, definitely on this western ridge, it's not a direct approach. If they had from the get-go gone for just the Central Abbey,
they would still have gotten shot one after the other, because they all the Insidious gaming went for that west ridge.
Remember that one team that actually came out to Abbey, hugged the side of the hill, and actually got under cover before the team camping up there even got vision on them.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but what you're talking about is basically they already knew that everybody was on that ridge. If you charge in through the Abbey from the very get-go, they might as well be east or west, and since you can't know that, then chances are you're probably going to get punished if anybody's defending. So, but yeah, like sure enough, like you said, Andy, they haven't budged at all when it comes to Insidious. They haven't budged at like not literally 1 meter. It's exactly the same position.
I mean,
from both teams.
Yeah, Insidious Gaming, they know how to. They actually were a pretty defensive team before, but they have, you know, kind of evolved and they are aggressive. But the thing is, they're only aggressive when they can afford to be. When they're in the lead, or if they see like a really good opportunity to go in. But other than that, they're almost always passive, and they almost always wait for the enemy team to make the first move.
Yeah, indeed, they're better at counteracting, but so were Anubis. Up until today. Today they're just like really blowing my mind, actually, just with their reckless
but they're going to go for a push. Look at that, as expected. They just waited a little bit longer this time around.
They won't have enough time though. I mean, like with only 2 minutes and a half, they're only taking a bigger risk at this point.
Maybe. Quite possibly, but I mean, honestly,
that's just enough time for tier 8 to go down.
Yeah.
And it might be theirs.
Quite possible. I mean, that's the risk that, you know, you have to take while you're going for a push, and that's why the main reason why Insidious Gaming are going for that, because, you know, you can engage the enemy team. However, if you engage, that means you're opening yourself up to lose.
Well, exactly.
Whereas if you wait for the other team to engage, although you can still lose, you'll be at a slightly more advantageous.
Well, obviously, because just waiting.
Yeah.
Okay, so here they are at the forking area. They should go straight though.
Yeah, they should definitely go straight, or even just maybe send one of these IS-3s up here just to cover that front.
That's very risky, because if everybody gangs up on him, he might go down.
Yeah.
If they realize he's alone, and he's actually being backed up, I think it should be the T-69.
Those other tanks should be moving around you, but they have been spotted.
He's been spotted, and oh boy. Oh, that's going to be brutal. Right here, Gun and Rose has got to get out of there.
But he did do damage onto Death Sky, so they did trade quite evenly right there. So no team really taking a big advantage. But now they know where Insidious Gaming are, and the other tanks behind Gun and Rose right now, they should be either coming around the side or you know, backing this push up.
I think they're just gonna they're all gonna back him up right now. They're just all coming in from behind as we speak. So I think they're going to charge in with a minute to go. That's really, really gutsy.
It is really gutsy. Here's Gunner.
Oh, and this guy's here. Oh, boy. Calentini taking a lot of hits here.
Yeah, so these IS-3s have taken some early damage here. They're dealing a little bit of damage onto Insidious Gaming as well, but they are just taking a little bit more than their counterparts here.
Yeah,
Gunner,
exactly.
Rose.
Look at that, Gunner.
Taking
40 seconds left
even more damage.
But obviously, because you know what, right now in Insidious Gaming, they got the high ground, and they've got rocks to hide behind, pretty much, to get completely on the cover, whereas the other tanks only have, and they're pushing in now. Okay, really just going for it.
Oh, this could be a bait though. If Anubis plays this right, they might be able to take this home. Look at Nisa.
No, probably not, because look at that. Nisa's probably... Oh boy, this is brutal. And look at that. Gun and Rose, Nisa, they're all like so low. Yeah, this is gonna be...
They gotta trade here.
Okay,
they gotta take out a tank.
They can't trade. It's just this... The hit point difference is just too massive. But see, I mean, that's why Insidious like kept on pushing, because they clearly sensed they had the advantage here.
Insidious game, yeah.